Welcome back to the pajama party. Welcome back to the pajama party. A pox perspective is what we're gonna see tonight. Ooh, yay. Welcome back to the pajama party. Welcome back to the pajama party. A box perspective is what we're gonna see tonight. I'm surprised my niece stayed asleep during all that. But hello, friends. Welcome back to the place to be, the pajama party. I've missed you, dandelions. We are back, okay, with another one. And I don't know why, but that version of my intro was stuck in my head. So you had to hear it in all its glory. I'll do some kind of cute edit for you. So, oh Jesus, I was supposed to find a woman of the week. It says clear in my notes. I'm gonna show you. Right there. Woman of the week. Not in my notes, but it says woman of the week. Okay. I'm so sad about this. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and shout out my makeup portion. If you're listening in on Spotify, I have a makeup channel. Everything's on this one channel, but I do makeup content, and my name is DohiSama. And listen, y'all, I've been feeling like really good about my content, so y'all are just gonna have to see it. Cause why not hype that series up in the hope that you'll go listen to some anime reviews? Like, yo, listen, I watched a movie last night called Perfect Blue. Watched it in Japanese without any subtitles, and I made my own conclusions about what the story was gonna be about. Next, I'm probably gonna find out tonight if I was true about what I was like hypothesizing about, but I'm not gonna post it to next week. So I think, if you like stuff like that, you should go check it out. All right, babes. Since we don't have a woman of a week, let's just jump straight into our discussion. So, our topic is be who you want to be. And the discussion I have for tonight is, well, I guess like a word from the wise. I try to be wise in my ways, Lord, but um really a word from somebody who has, I guess, dealt with this. Um it is so easy to conform and try to change yourself to fit the needs of other people. And sometimes we do it subconsciously and we don't even realize we're doing it, Like, for instance, hello? Like, for instance, if somebody tells you, like, I think that like black color looks the best on you, then you're probably gonna start getting more black and wearing black. And if somebody tells you, I think you should like get 5 piercings on your face, you might go and actually do that because it pleases that person, or just little things. I like if you wear 2 pigtails, then before you know it, you're always gonna be running around here looking like Elsa and her sister. Who is Elsa's sister? Why do I not know Elsa's sister's name? That's slightly triggering, but you get the point. Like, you can end up trying to change yourself for a person or doing things to garner likes and attention simply for that person. And what's worse about that is 9 times out of 10, they're not even gonna pay you attention like that. Like, you're gonna become exactly who they want you to be, and then it's still not gonna be enough for them. They're still gonna find something that's wrong with you. They're still gonna find a reason to be mean and belittle you. There's always gonna be something. um so live your life. That's what I'm trying to get back to. Don't be so caught up in the praise and in the hype of you by people who will not stay around and support you through it all. Anybody can dish out a compliment, anybody can tell you sweet little lies, but your actions will always show the true intentions of your hearts. Like, when a person show you who they are, you need to believe it. And yes, people can change, people can turn around for the better, But don't be so quick to let everybody else into your space. Like, don't be so quick to have friends. Don't be so quick to share ideas with people. Don't be so quick to really open yourself up. Keep it covered, you know? Something should not be spoken about because everybody's not gonna want to see you prosper and survive and thrive. And we're actually gonna talk about that more next week, but just don't conform to what others think you should be. Like when you live your life, you get to decide what you want out of it, what you want to do, how you want to move, how you want to laugh, how you want to sleep. Those things are unique because they make you you. Sometimes I snort when I laugh, okay? I can tell you a good corny joke like that. And I've learned that that's part of my charm, you know? And I should not be intimidated or feel bad about that because other people may not like it. I am me, wholly 100% because I choose to be this way. And if I am not hurting anybody, and if I am doing my best to show the love of God to other people, nothing else matters. All right, because nothing else matters. We are all trying to live our lives and be the best that we can be. And however that makes you happy, however that looks for you, that is how you should be living your life. So please do not feel so, I guess, burdened to fit in with culture or the times that are changing because bell bottoms just came back into style. All right. My parents was rocking bell bottoms and they thought that that was the end of that. And everything that I've seen from my childhood or even like olden days, they're coming back full circle. It's just more technology and AI now. That's the only difference. So yeah, just don't hurt yourself trying to be what other people think you should be because you are enough. You are special. You are loved. You are beautiful inside and out. You don't need to change for nobody. You change for yourself. You change because you see something wrong in you that you want to make better. You change because you want to better yourself. You don't have to conform to what anybody else said. That is our word for the week. Conform. All right. Gonna put the definition up for you, but I feel that strong in my heart. Like you don't have to be them. You're not supposed to be them. You're supposed to be different. You're supposed to stick out like a sore thumb. You are supposed to dream different dreams because we are all different. We are all differently genetically. We're different. The way we think, how we work. Of course, there's some traits from your family in there, but you as an individual, you were created so special and so unique. So take advantage of it. Take it, be who you want to be. Because when you die, that is it. You don't get to come back and do it again as you. It is just over with. So live your best life, your happiest life now. And you're gonna have some days and I'm not saying like if somebody is helping you find your style or your aesthetic or complimenting you like dang I really think blue looks great on you, that's completely that's different. We want that, give me all that. But if somebody's gonna come up to you and be like I think that you should only wear like dark colors because light colors don't make you look pretty, bump that, don't listen to them. Bye. Okay, Rainbow Betty, who told you to get over here in my mix anyways? I don't know what it is about me calling people out with like Betty or Bertha, but it just feels right to say those names. So I apologize to anybody who is named that and has to hear this. No, it is not a you thing. I just call those names out. I am so sorry. I'm gonna try to get around across the board and get everybody's name. Oh, what about you, Randolph? There you go. See, somebody else is being picked with. I'm sorry. I gotta play in it. I just sometimes my fro is just chef's kiss. And I did a Kudo cosplay. All right, and I'm feeling myself. And I see this is what I was talking about on the other podcast when I said I was being too cocky. And I'm really not, but I'm just feeling myself. We're going on. All right. Fake it till you make it. Do 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 do. Um. All right. I'm going to talk about something controversial today, and I can't believe I'm actually talking about it, but it's going to be said because it was on my heart. So, y'all, once upon a time, though he tried to be the bold and the beautiful and go on Tinder, like I was convinced that I was going to find Mr. Right, right there on Tinder. And no, but and maybe this is just a caution to those who are on those apps. It is not worth it. Okay, it is not worth it. I know some people, I think at least, have found like their partners on Tinder, but or any other dating apps. Most of the times it's lies. It's facades. It's not for real. Don't waste your time. I was a junior. I was a junior, and I had met this guy from this neighboring school. So I went to college in San Antonio. I went to Our Lady of the Lake University, and I knew somebody who went to UTSA, University of San Antonio. So, anywho's, he was this athletic person, and he had the long hair, but on his Tinder profile, he also had like filters on his face, and I don't even know why I thought that that was just okay, but it was towards like when filters first became a thing. So I'm thinking like that his face is that beautiful, and he just has cat ears. Anywho's, so we end up talking and we're vibing and chilling. And he's like, "Well, why don't you come over to my dorm and we can watch anime together and play games?" And for whatever reason, on this God green earth, I decided, yeah, we're just gonna play. I really decided we were just gonna play games and watch anime. That is what I had decided. Now, when I get to his place, I had to walk up the stairs and I was already like, it's looking rough over here in these dorms. Like, UTSA need to clean this area up because they got everybody else living pretty and y'all the outside looking the way you want to look. But anywho, I get in his room, right? And he he was not ugly. He just had a lot of acne, which threw me for a loop because you lied to me on your profile picture, sir. Your face was not proactive. Like, you lied to me. But so we start playing this game. We start playing like a Naruto game, I think. And y'all, this was when I'm talking about I had started picking up a little bit more weight. So, I'm bigger, but I'm still trying to believe that like I'm cute and worth something. But so we are playing this anime game and just talking and vibing a little bit. But then he asks, can he put on this movie? Now, I knew it was kind of a setup when I first got there because he had the beds pushed together and apparently like he had the room to himself. So we're sitting here and we're watching this movie, some kind of horror show movie, Rocky's horror show, maybe not, something like that we were watching. And he starts to, kiss. We're kissing, and this is so because I'm trying to figure out like how to tailor this to be like PG-13 friendly and like so we are smacking lips, all right, and it is just already not going how I want this to go, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself like, you just got to get through it, bud. You just got to somehow get through it. And so babe, please don't wake up. So I end up sitting on him as if he was a chair, but like his lap. I sat on his lap like he was a chair. And before I know it, we are causing friction. And the friction was just great for him. And y'all, it was not giving anything for me because he could not, he did not know how to properly and safely clasp and unclasp parts that go on the human body. He was just really all about himself. And I'm going to say, like, the thing that made me the most upset about the whole ordeal is I have jewelry. That's all I'm going to say. And I feel like if I have invested money in this jewelry. The least you could do is like thump it or something. Like the least you can do is like tug on the end. You can give me something. He gave absolutely nothing. And so honestly, halfway through this ordeal, I am sitting here and I feel convinced that like I have to help him because I caused him to feel those things. And we're gonna talk about that logic in a second. But I'm like, okay, you gotta revert to some tricks, girl. Like, you said like virginity is saving until marriage, and we're gonna also pause and get on that subject in a second too. And so basically, after like I'm done being mm, pre-tested, after I'm done like testing out the tires on the bumpy road, testing out the tires on a bumpy road. I don't really know, but you know how you go on a bumpy road and it's like doom, doom, that I those were the actions that I was pursuing. This is such a I don't know how I'm ever gonna like live this down after I post this or even think about the birds and the bees because this is a failure. It's not a failure, Lord. We're getting there. We are done past that. And roles are reversed and now he is sitting on me, but he is actually sitting the way that do you like boats? He wanted to go on the motorboat ride. And I was like, okay, we can take the motorboat, but the motorboat is all you're getting. Like, you're not going to get the pie with the cream. You're not going to get the milk. You're not going to like put your pig in a blanket. None of that is happening here. Like, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go for the motorboat ride. Um, it was lackluster. The waves were not hitting right. I don't know. It was a little murky water, more like a lake than an actual boat. But I mean, not a boat, but more like a lake than an actual like river or anything like that. And let me just say, even the boat, I was expecting like a submarine, like a cruise ship. I was not expecting a paddle boat, and I'ma just paddle boats or a kayak boat. I'm gonna just leave that there. Somebody's gonna get these analogies. Somebody's gonna get this. Um, when it was over, and when the boat ride had came back to land, I got up. I went and wiped off with a warm towel. He did provide me with that at least. While I was wiping myself off, in the midst of feeling all the shame and like instant regret and anger that I did, I look down and see eyelashes on his sink, and I'm like, dude, you couldn't even pick up the eyelashes. And it was even worse because he wanted me to stay and sneak into these parties. And I'm like, so you now want me to go to these parties with you, sneak in and get drunk? Who gonna drive me back to my dorm? Who gonna look out for me? I don't even know you like that. Like, we didn't even do what you said we were gonna do, and now you telling me to go break into these parties? No, I left. I went home. Or went back to my dorm, and I cried to my friends about it, y'all. It was such an ordeal, and I guess like the motorboat ride for him was lovely because he followed me on Instagram and tried to talk to me. And I was like, you will not, like, you ruined my life. I did not like the boat ride. All right. Like, too many speed bumps, not enough acceleration for you, obviously, but not for me. I my cat didn't even get walked. Like, it was just it was like I didn't want my cat walked. I didn't want the cat petted. I just wanted to go back to the dorm room. But yeah, y'all, it was such a crazy experience, and I think in part it really stressed me out because I I don't know if I've said it ever on this particular podcast, but I've said it on other podcasts before. I was molested as a kid. And it didn't only happen once. It was something that kind of followed me, sadly, until I got older. And so in part, I've always felt like I've had to do those things. Like, I feel like because I turned him on, I had to like touch him. I had to like get him off because I had played a part in it. And it was even worse because I really was under the impression that we were just going to watch anime and like play video games. And I don't know, I think I felt really dumb, like I was really hard on myself because I just kept thinking, how could you be so stupid to actually believe that like y'all were gonna do that? But I don't really use Tinder, and I've never really like had boyfriends or anything like that. So if a guy tells me that like he wants to play anime and watch or like play games and watch movies, I'm gonna take that as face value because I don't really interact with guys, or I've never really been like talking to guys like that to know like, oh dang, like you trying to get some Netflix and chill. I didn't know none of that. So I was really, really hard on myself about that. And I think the whole experience made me feel more unattractive because I I don't do that at like all. Um so for him, for anybody, for any man or I guess boy to see my body at that age and like not even want to give me the bare minimum, it just shot my self-confidence all the way down. And I guess I should be flattered because like I said, the motorboat ride, he seemed like that he really loved the mountains, but the mountains was not loving him. Okay, the view was not scenic. Anywho's, I just felt really guilty after the whole thing, and I hated that I felt peer pressure, and not only that, but when I sat down and I talked to my mom about it, because coming clean to her was just an ordeal. It was a thing, but when I was telling her, she was like, "You do realize, like, doing anything in that category, that means like you kind of had sex, baby girl. Like you, oral sex is still sex." And she said it then, and I was like, "Yeah, I know, mom." And I was when it finally hit me what she was saying in my face, like when it finally just slapped me, I was like, I am not okay. So because of my bad coaches, and really there's no excuse, but because I took like sex ed class and ran with everything they said and didn't like look it up myself, I have always assumed sex or the art of sex was simply a guy, you know, going to eat a pig in a blanket with a girl. Like the pig in the blanket had to happen for there to for it to be considered sex. Apparently, that is not how it works. And so I was just like, ooh, okay, right, right, right. Noted, noted, noted. So she's like, you are a virgin where the most of it counts. Like yes, that is still like intact, like you're 100% a virgin there, but like you've indulged in the acts. So I guess like I'm a half a virgin. I'm a full virgin in my mind. All right, I've committed all my ways back to waiting and fasting and praying. But the point is, I faked it till I made it. Or I guess until he made it, because there was no much of a making from me. But the point is, from the fake it till you make it. Well, I hope that it was such a funny and like wild story that made you blush, because I feel a certain type of way. Please don't ever feel like you have to do that. You don't ever let anybody peer pressure you into doing something with your body, something that you're not comfortable with. You don't owe people anything. And you honestly, quite frankly, cannot control people's bodily reactions. And excuse me, had I knew that or had that logic, I don't think I would have messed up as bad as I did, but I learned something from that. I deleted the Tinder app. I was like, and if you cannot hang, then you should not even be trying to hang out with anybody anyway. You get it? Mm-mm. I mean, shut that up. But so yeah, um, it was just a bad experience, and it was my first and last. Well, I had another like Tinder date, quote unquote. But we really did just watch horror movies because one of my roommates refused to leave the room and it was hella awkward. And by the time the date was open, the guy who had came and watched the movie with me was asking me about my best friend. So this guy at UTSA was like my first ever interaction with anything of the source. And I was like, well, this is why you don't get on Tinder, because I mean, it speaks for itself. So, word to you, babies who are coming out and even thinking about like giving that stuff a chance, just be careful. People are not always so clear with their intentions, and because I am a people pleaser and because I always do feel riddled with guilt when I don't know, I guess feel like I'm putting another person out, I will throw myself on the slate, and that's not always good, and you don't deserve that. You deserve to be treated like a princess, and you deserve to feel like somebody cares about you, because if I would have gave it up that day, oh, and then saw the eyelashes, somebody was going to have to go out the window, and it wasn't going to be me, all right? So I'm really glad that like outside of all of it, really, I faked it till I made it, because I made him think that I was really into it. And once he was established and well on his way, I was like, I gotta go. It is past my curfew, and nothing was wet. It was a cactus. It was a desert. Um, it was just everything but fun. It was not that. Fake it till you make it. I was so sorry. Like, I feel like going through that whole story, I'm like, man, somebody's kid is gonna watch this, but I can't be concerned with that. All right, I a future Shay, please remember to put a warning that the story is kind of non-suitable for work. And I'm so sorry to the family and friends that will look and hear this, but it happened. Okay, it happened. I can't take it back. I might as well talk about it to give somebody like some giggles or life lessons, whatever you can do with that, take it. I hope it helps you. Um, but yeah, y'all, let me see. What time is it? Oh, we are okay. So, mhm, I did also decide that I wanted to keep the anime men that I sent for here on this podcast. I lied. I don't want to do it on my makeup channel because I already have like the way it is set up, and I can finally remember things in order, and I'm not missing women of the week. So I'm just gonna slip this in here. So we are gonna talk about some more men that I sent for because it shall be heard. Wakasa from Tokyo Revengers. He has this long hair and he always sucks on his lollipop. And listen, Tokyo Revengers, like I said, so Tokyo Revengers, short little backstory, because a lot of people's gonna be like, I'm not here for this. Basically, it's about a bunch of gang members. We should not be simping for any of them, but I am over here like motorboat rides. I sent for Rakasa, okay? But he just seems so laid back and chill. He don't really give nobody no beef, no smoke. Um, there's this guy from I think his name is Akai. Uh I have to find him. I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I put Chainsaw Man in here, and I'm so mad that I did not go look him up. But Chainsaw Man, even Dinky, I'm like, you are so darn dumb, and I don't really understand why you think it is okay for you to say or act like this, but there is something about his unhingedness or the way he just does stuff that I'm like, and the way he is so loyal to homegirl, I'm just like, Dinky, But I totally prefer the other one more because Dinky, you get it together. Uh, I hope his name is Dinky, and I'm not still stuck on like. I know his name starts with a D. That's the most important part. Okay, have you guys ever seen the anime Soul Eater? If not, listen up. So he is just I when Soul Eater first came out and I first ever watched it back then, I was like, I want to be like a Reaper, just literally so I can like have you as a sword and like sleep with you and let you be my body pillow. But so I don't know, he kind of seems like he was a womanizer. Um Maka had the worst time with this man. It seemed like she was feeling him and he didn't know how to tell her he was feeling her. She didn't know how to tell him she wanted him. It was one of those animes and it made me really mad, even as a kid. But so he looks like a young Bakugo to me, and I'm just like, is that why I feel the way I feel for this man? I don't know. We'll find out more the more I watch My Hero. But yeah, Soul Eater, or well, not Soul Eater, Soul. Yes, he's beautiful. Sukana, listen, hear me out. Hear me out. Sukana is just he is the last thing man I should be simping for. He is scary and he is not a good guy. He's problematic all across the board, all right? And he is not loyal because he done jumped from Yuji to Megami. But there's something about his gambare gambare. There's something about like the confidence when he tell people like when you enter my domain, you're in my domain. Like can we make it infinity? Can we be like a Gojo right now? Absolutely not. I probably run within 2 seconds, but I would get my looks on for sure. Because when he fights, I'm just like Sukana, Yuji, Suji. I'm here for it. All right. Um. Oh yes, Ushijima from Haikyuu. So man, first of all, Ushijima he makes me laugh because he's so tall and he's so angry, and I just want to love him for it. And I love the way that like Hinata and oh, Kageyama talk back to him balls. We love it. But Ushijima, like, I just want to hug him. He seems like he's touch starved. And his friend, what is it? Tendo, I love him just because he is out of pocket. And I love the fact that like he's out of pocket. And I just love the volleyball scenes between the two teams, those two teams. The way they interact is what I'm here for. Ushijima though, and he has that deep voice, and he's like 6 foot, and I'm just like we can go eat pigs in a blanket together. We can have a scoop of ice cream with a side of pie and some milk. Okay. And last but not least, the Haitani brothers. So it's Rendo, Rendu, Ren, and Ran. Okay, they are like they are in this game and Roppongi and y'all I just first of all the Haitani brothers like when I first ever saw them on Tokyo Revengers I knew immediately I was messed up. I knew it even more because Ran has them ridiculous black into blonde pigtails and I would still braid and unbraid his hair and his brother Ren he is a little piece of but whenever he has his hair up in the man bun and like they just be out here doing debauchery and I just am in the corner crying because I'm like I hate to love you but I do love you. They had two lines, a total of two lines in Tokyo Revengers in the anime, and I was sitting here like double everything. I feel like Cardi B. If Bleep had a twin, I would let him run a train. Oh, but yeah, we like choo choo trains around here too. I just this is episode is gonna be a thing. I can already tell. But the Haytani brothers, I love them too. Now I will say, like, though I sent for them, Rand was really wrong because he be carrying that baton around, bashing people upside the head, not even giving them a chance to react. And you foul. Like you can't be a scaredy cat like that. But I mean, I he's also a good fighter, him and his brother, and they like about their life, especially when they got part of Bonton. I was like, Ren. Ren, is that you? Like Ren who? It's all about Ren, okay? Ren. But those are my simps for this week. I like the Haitani brothers because the power, the danger. We're here for it. Ushijima, he's tall. The voice actor has a deep voice. So if he had a deep voice, if he was a real person, I'm sipping for it. And he just seems sweet. Okay, he's hardworking. He just needs to smile more. Sukana, really, I ain't got nothing positive to say about him. I sent for him because he fine. All right, it's the lust of the eyes, and I know it is, and it's the cockiness, but we are here. So again, you Wakasa and even Chainsaw Man, y'all can see the pattern. You know what it's about, all right? The loins are loining. But bullet points. Be yourself. That's the first bullet point. Be yourself. Have fun in life. Live your life. Have fun. Do what you want to do. Go where you want to go. Say what you want to say. Try things safely and figure out what works for you and what does not work for you. Watch shady people. Watch shady people. Don't let them be in your circles. If you have to squint and go at a person more than 3 times, you need to watch them. All right, you need to reevaluate them in your circle and really be like conscious of what they're doing, how they're moving, and when they're moving it. Rapungi supremacy. Hey, Tawny brothers, we love them. Okay, there's nothing wrong with the little brotherly love. All right, friends. I hope you did enjoy this mess of an episode. If you did, please kiss me with the like button. Please comment below topics you would like to hear about, or you know what, tell me about your anime crushes. Let's see if we're vibing here. All right, let's see if we are here, because I'm pretty sure somebody has to share my excitement. I'm just sure of it. Please comment any women you would like me to research and talk about. I hope you guys have had an incredible week. I hope you have an incredible weekend, and I just hope all is well with you. And I really do hope that I could just provide you with some kind of laughs or some kind of giggles to make your day better. Um, I'm so very sorry about the G-rated version of the story, but I'm trying my best here, friends. So remember always, the Lord does bless you. He loves you. May He keep you. I love you as well, and I hope whatever part of the world you are in right now, you have an incredible day or an amazing night. Until next time, goodbye, guys.